Alright, so if I remember correctly, what we were gonna do, starting from here, was we were gonna start looking at the government missions, so that we could open up the mines. So, Deep Within 2-2. Thank you for coming, Ranger Bright. Now to get right to the point. The other day, a team of hunters reported finding a pillar in the caves. It's just like the pillar found on the surface. Our official word is that it's a monument built by Pioneer 1, but we know from the lab's analysis that it's actually very ancient. We don't know much else, but the one down in the caves must be related. The hunters reported that when they got close to it, they were attacked. They had to run for their lives before they got a chance to investigate. Find this pillar that they saw, and bring back some data for us. My secretary, Irene, has the details. Please speak to her. I'm counting on you. Good to see you again. You heard the story from the principal, yes? We actually don't have a precise location of the pillar. So please use the teleporter that the other team used. Then search the caverns to see if you can find it again. Let me attach this data collecting device to your gear, Bright. This little device will take complex data readings. Just touch the monument, and it'll activate and do its thing automatically. Now, apparently the area in question is guarded by many hostile creatures. I don't think I need to remind you to be careful. That is all. Please, come back safely. I'm apparently having a little trouble talking right now. Alright, so before we head out, I do want to check to see if there's anything that we need to grab at this point here. And in fact, it looks like we need to sell a couple of things. So let's take a moment and just take care of that real quick. We'll get rid of that, and we'll get rid of that. We do need some dimates and monomates. Our mag is fine. No 4-slot armor available right now. And they have a dim shot, but that's going to be reduced effectiveness. Dim weapons allow you to take a character out, or rather, to take an enemy out in just a single hit, but it's rare to happen. I am able to start using cutters, though. I think we're fine for now, in terms of gear. Alright, let's make our way down to the caverns. Oh, that's not good. I'm turned around. Alright, let's gather all these evil sharks up. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody was looking forward to the weekend here. I believe for this mission, we need to head into the second caves area. So, we need to find a teleporter down to the second area first here. Alright, gather all the sharks up. Yeah, when you play as a ranger, you do a lot of running away, but that's so that you can get distance, so you can line everything up and make sure that you're safe as you're attacking things. There's another set of sharks. Alright, I'm not too worried about the flowers there. They may try to poison me, but they can't. That's one of the advantages of playing a cast in this game. Ooh. Those sharks are actually doing a good bit of damage. Okay, I heard that the alert did not come up on the screen, but Crimid, I do see that you just followed me, so thank you very much. Let's see if I can figure out what just happened here. Bear with me for one moment here. Let's see. 1 second. I'm gonna just copy something over real quick here. Let's see. Copy this, and then go back to this. Paste. Alright, let me send a quick test message through. Okay, yeah, so that should come through now. I'm not sure why it didn't the last time. All these are just little technical issues I'm still trying to get worked out here. Alright. Lock that. Okay, let's get back to this. Funny thing about those flowers, if you just let them sit still, while they're spinning around, they'll just die on their own, but you won't get the maximum experience from getting the last hit on them. Alright, it's time to feed the mag. Just in case, I'll go ahead and pop this open. It's nice to get the paralysis off there. Alright, there should be a switch inside of here, which we'll then use to unlock the door. And we'll just skip right past these. Alright, we've made it to the halfway bridge. Let's try to group up this group of sharks again. Although we got 6 this time, so one of them's not going to get hit. Oh, there goes one. So now they are going to get hit. Where is that one going? Alright, this is like shooting fish in a barrel here. At this point, there really isn't that much that I can get out of, like a lockgun or anything like that. Really what I need now are, weapons that are stronger than the Visk, essentially. Once I can, locate that, then things will be, a bit, better for me in terms of the damage I'm putting out. Looks like the thing I need is over on the other side, so we're gonna have to hit the area that's inside here for the switch, and then go across the way to open that up. And I believe it's time to feed the mag as well. So at this point, I'm trying to get the IQ of this little guy up as well. So that's why I'm switching back and forth between monomates and dimates. I know it's dark in here, we'll get that figured out in just a moment here. Alright, so the switch that we need is over there, so let's start to approach there. There we go, the lights are on. Rooks, I'm not 100% certain what you mean by that. My understanding is basically the combination of the Synchro and the IQ produces a stronger either attack or buff, depending upon what it is you're using. Oh yeah, Dreamcast was crazy in the numbers that came up, or rather didn't come up. Half the time I used a Photon Blast in combination with 3 other players, the damage didn't even display. But it was like a set of Photon Blasts would give you like a level 44 Shifta and D-Band, plus do something like 10,000 damage to a boss or something like that, I think. But with the start of the GameCube Xbox version, they completely redid the calculations, if I remember correctly. So it's like most armor didn't have as much defense and evasion on it anymore. Nice shot. Schuler, thank you for the follow there. Oh, you're talking more about all the hacking that was going on. Yeah, that was kind of crazy what was going on back then. Especially with, not just only that, but there was also all the nulling that was going on, whereby you had to be ready to pull your VMU out, or else your character data would get overwritten. It was not exactly the best time for the game, but it still had a very successful launch regardless, which basically did allow it to continue onto the GameCube and Xbox. One of the things that a lot of people don't know is for the Japanese release of the game, because the internet still wasn't a very regular thing to be found over there at the time. One of the, I want to say it was either the producer or director, somebody really high up, wanted to ensure the success of the game, and the way that they did that was they paid for people to get internet service in order to be able to play the game online. I wish such a thing had existed over here in the US. Yeah, CEO of Sega. Yeah, that was a really bold move of them, but because of that, the series did continue to see success for quite a long time. I don't think the Dreamcast even came with the full-speed modems back then. I think it was just a 33.6 kilobit per second modem, while in the West they came with the 56K modems. Let's see, I think we head this way. That's a bunch of sharks. Go Pilla! Here's the teleporter to the second caves. No luck with the ice cannon there, unfortunately. Problem with the special attacks is sometimes they're just way too rare to go off to really make it worth it. That's why I'm really looking forward to when I can get into ultimate mode and do the Hildator hunt. Because once I find a Hildator, there's a 1 in 2 chance I'm going to get basically my one of my ultimate weapons, which is the Frozen Shooter, whereby almost as long as you don't regularly miss with the thing, it ends up as being extremely powerful because it's got a 100% chance of freezing an enemy. And one thing I can do to speed this whole process up is to just freeze this guy here. But I would run out of traps if I kept doing that. Alright, let's go ahead and feed that mag again. Yeah, I would agree with you there, Brooks. If it was just a proc and not and it didn't affect the whole hit, using extra attacks would definitely be more viable. It's sort of like the only time when you can really actually use them on a regular basis is when the weapon is sort of designed to be used like that in the first place, like the frozen shooter, or even the spread needle is like that, in the fact that once you fire that thing, even if you don't hit your target, enough of the other targets should get hit at the same time. Alright, we need to come into here to get to that switch. I never understood why enemy AI would cause an enemy like that to just turn away at the last moment. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that that they're having trouble just figuring out who needs to go straight on to attack the target, and so they both turn away at the same time. Or at least that's kind of what I think is going on, but I really don't know for certain. Yeah, I guess that's possible as well. If the AI thinks that the player is going to get hurt or something like that. Nice, we've reached level 38. Then again, at the same time, the AI in this game is so primitive, I don't even know if it would make sense for that kind of thing to exist in this game. Alright, if I remember correctly, we need to head over to the room to the left here to open up the door. And then our destination shouldn't be that much farther from that. Alright, there's a bath that we can take. Get healed up. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking might actually be going on there, Brooks, in that it might be detecting another of its own kind, and in order to avoid merging into a single entity, they both kind of turn off. Alright, let's go ahead and feed that mag again. And I'm thinking before we get to the last section, I might actually want to refill on mace here. Weird round, it's just a single enemy. Nice, the paralysis connected there. Alright, so this is the part where I believe I need to actually head up here to restock. If I remember correctly, once they enter that little teleporter there, it no longer lets me use a telepipe out. Not really seeing anything I need from the weapons store. Let's feed our mag. And let's restock on mates. Anything from the armor shop? Doesn't seem like it. We'll probably find protect barriers along the way. Alright, let's make our way back down. Taking these guys out at long range is so fun. Alright, here we are at the last room. Let's pop these open. I'll grab that tri-fluid just to sell it. Alright, let's do this. Oh, nice! I managed to stop his attack in midair there. You'd think it'd be a projectile, but it actually ain't. Alright, next group. Bunch of sharks and slimes again. just a slime and a lily left, and we'll be on to the next group. There we go. Oh, all the slimes! Here come the Nano Dragons. Let's see if they manage to eat anything here. Nice shot. Oh, that one got a shot in. Alright, looks like that's it. Let's head into the next room and touch the pillar. Saving monument data. And we got the monument data. Alright, let's go restock, and then we'll, actually, no. We'll do that after we speak to the principal. I remember what happened last time. You're back safe and sound, right? Good job. We will send this data over to the lab immediately. Perhaps they can learn something about these two pillars. Alright, let's start up another run here. Alright, so we're going to start up 2-3 this time. Hi, Bright. Thank you for coming. Now, to brief you on the current situation. As you know, the Ragol Underground is filled with hostile creatures. We have no data at all on these animals you've encountered. If we can get our hands on some, maybe we can get some clues as to the cause and solution for the situation down on Ragol. I'd like you to go down into the caverns and take some data readings. I expect that you'll be able to do so with no real trouble. Try to locate creatures in the deepest part of the caves. My secretary Irene has more details. Please speak to her. I'm counting on you. Good to see you. Now, as the principal has said, here are your orders. Collect vital readings of the hostile creatures in the caverns. Let me attach this data collecting device to your gear, Bright. The device will collect data automatically as you defeat the creatures. We need to get vital data from the animals in the deepest part of the cave. When you get to this area, the device will activate on its own. If you have companions who also have devices, then whoever gets to the designated area first will cause all of them to activate. They won't function for long. Collect the data within the time limit. That is all. Okay, so then we're working with a time limit on this one. I think we're ready. Curious, I don't see the time limit here yet. That Nano Dragon must be hungry. There we go. Took a while for that one to connect. Let's add a little confusion to everything. It's possible they did. Either that or it's going to activate in the next area. I do know that at the very least, the time limits do still exist for one of the quests, for the government quest. That being one that's located in the ruins. Because I remember timing out on that during the original series where I was running this on normal mode. Let's feed that mag. It's funny, in rooms like this, it's like there's no danger at all. Just because there's only lilies, and lilies can't do anything to me. But now with the slimes popping up, that's a different story. And of course, this little guy here goes into a T-pose. That's no problem. Still funny whenever they show up like that. Okay, so the door out here should be open now. I think there was a bath over here, if I remember correctly. Yes. Not that that's really going to do anything, but I will take the power material. We're at the second Or rather, the halfway point of the second caves. This is getting confusing. Alright, so the question is, do I need to return to the previous room to actually get this door open? Does not look like it. Yeah, each of the maps is a little bit different each time you run one of these quests, so sometimes doors will be locked, other times they won't be, and you're good to go. Now, as for this area here, if I remember correctly, there's a switch inside of this room that we need to hit, which will then open up that door over there, and then the teleporter should be in the room, not in the next room, but the room beyond that. So we are just about done with the second caves. And really, knowledge of that just comes with familiarity with the game. Ultimately, there's only about 6 different patterns per map, and it's just a question of if the doors are open or closed, and that's set by the quest parameters. Alright, let's go ahead and feed that Mac again. And here we can actually see all 3 different types of the sharks that are in the area. And just like I said, here's the teleporter. The rooms around here are a bit wider, so I do like this this portion of the caves a little bit more than I do Caves 2. Although the fact that these guys are around really doesn't help things that much. Alright, so always hit the red one first. And the reason you want to hit the red one first is because the blue one can't even do any damage to you. All he's gonna do is just debuff you. That's it. Alright, next room has opened up. There we go, finally. Alright, Photon Blast is ready whenever. Now, what I will say is that debuff does actually last for a while, so you just want to be ready for that. General body, okay. No, I'm expecting at this point, since the time limit still hasn't shown up, what might happen is it might trigger when we get to the last room. Where everything just goes dark. And then the timer might start. A PB amplifier. Okay. Oops, did not want to do that. I guess we'll call you Echo the Dolphin. Alright, let's go ahead and feed that mag again. Thank you for paralyzing quickly there. A Palish. Oh, nice, a die grinder. I think we're full on items, though, right now. So let's see what we can drop. Probably this bard at level 8. Alright, let's take care of this dark area here. Looks like we actually have to take care of the enemies over here to get this opened up. Finally, that room is open. Let's see what we got here. That looks like a teleporter to another area. we got a bunch of boxes here, which means this is the room before the last room. Alright, let's do it. Confirming location, initializing system. Initialization complete. There's the timer. We got 8.5 minutes to do this. And we've leveled up to level 39. Oh, I think the slime just killed the shark there. Let's confuse things a little bit for these sharks. What I will say is we still have yet to address the Nano Dragon in the back there. Let's go ahead and feed the mag real quick. And now let's take care of the Nano Dragon. Oh, this room is getting busy. And I think that really just collapsed there. You do have to watch out, because those are megaphotons that it releases at that point. So they do have a chance of one-shotting you, but as long as you stay away, you're fine. will say, though, that I do need to start to hurry up here. Only got about 3 minutes left here on the timer. And there we go. Analyzing battlefield data, analyzing enemy vital fluids, analyzing combat data, setting data code, saving data. Data saved successfully. We got the biological data. Alright, and so with that, let's just check the spoils real quick. And let's make our way back up to Pioneer 2. Speed the mag real quick. Thank you, as always. We'll get this data over to the lab as soon as possible. Hopefully this sample will be enough to make use of. But I wonder if we'll learn any good news from it all. We'll be counting on your help again, Bright. Now then, please go and rest until you get further orders. Alright. Let's go ahead and create yet another party here. And let's take the opportunity to check what we got here and to restock. Dark Palace. Okay. I think I'll actually hang on to that. Okay, so at this point I can grab a freeze barrier. Let me see what I got in the bank. And see if I got anything else coming up that might be more useful. Doesn't look like it, so we'll go ahead and grab that now then. Alright, I'm gonna spend one more minute out here just because I do want to take a look at one last thing here. We do have a Master's Palace, which is also nice to have, especially once we get down into the mines. A lot of the rest of this stuff, I don't know, I just don't see myself really using it that much at this point. I could probably get rid of the solid frame. And the Tri-Fluid. Alright, let's feed the mag again real quick. And then we'll restock one last time. And there we go. Let's make our way up to the principal's office and see what we got next. Alright, Waterway Shadow. I apologize for the very short notice. Bright, please check out the Underground Waterway at once. Let me briefly give you a quick summary. You know about the caves beneath Ragol's surface? Yes, those are the ones I'm talking about. There's a waterway that connects those caves underground. We lost contact with one of our scout teams when they got near it. So we sent out a search team, but we haven't heard back from them. This does not bode well at all. I'll let Irene give you the rest of the details. Sorry. I'm counting on you. Excuse me, please wait a moment. There. Thank you for waiting. Now, let me explain the mission details. You are to make your way to the cavern waterway as quickly as possible. A teleporter has already been set with the first team's coordinates. You should be able to use that. Unfortunately, we don't have the coordinates directly to the waterway. So after you arrive at the caves, please find the waterway with haste. The team's final message was, "There's a strange shadow in the water." Right, be careful. Others were sent before, but no one's returned. I got a really bad feeling about this. Take care and good luck. So I do believe this is the sign that we are about to take on Dirole. The fact that we're starting in Caves 1 again, it's also kind of a tell that that's what's going on here, since typically the last government mission is essentially just a full regular run. So we'll see how long this takes for us to get back down there again. Poor shark there, he's caught on the on one of the angles. Well, let's take him out. It still amazes me how after all these years, this game is just still such a great game. I mean, it's not as fast as the future ones ever were. So it's a game that you can really just mellow out to. Even when you're just trying to do like regular hunts and such. Well, I don't think there was really ASMR back then. Not really sure what I want to call it. I guess there was just a bit more mystery behind the game back during those times. But it's like, I don't know, kind of like a calm world that if you ever need to just stop and take a quick break, you can do that. You really don't have the opportunity to do that much in like PSO2, whereby if you leave your game, you could wind up dead on the floor without even realizing it. It's like once you clear a room, you're good to go. I mean, there were some exceptions to that, of course, but there was never really anything that... What am I trying to say here? Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. After the spawn rate for enemies increased, that plus, if you were ever inside of an MPA area, you were always at risk of potentially somebody coming along, spawning some more enemies, and causing issues that way. I guess I would also say it's sort of a creation of its time, when people just generally had more time to themselves, just because the net wasn't so prevalent back then. I mean, these days you have to worry about your social profile and everything like that, and I'm kind of a creature of back during those times as well. I mean, I don't maintain a Facebook or anything like that. I barely use Twitter. Typically, if I'm looking online, I'm, like, doing research on something. Or, you know, I'm keeping up with the Discord or something. But I'm not like one of those people whereby they're just constantly talking on the web, through doing tweets and such, and just expressing everything. I guess in a way I'm a bit old-fashioned like that. I mean, my first encounter with a computer was when I was about 2 years old, and it was an old IBM personal computer that ran DOS 2.1. And at the time I was about 3 years old. Or actually no, I'm trying to remember when it was. I remember it was after I lived in my first house. That's for certain. Oh, that dragon just had a meal. Yeah, what was it that I had? It was an IBM 5155, I think. It was a dual 5 1/4 floppy system. And it was a system that had a monitor built into the computer itself. The only problem with that was it was a yellow on black screen, if you can imagine that. It wasn't even full color. It was yeah, monochrome, but not black and white. It was yellow on black. The craziest thing about it is that even though it was like that, it had both a brightness and a contrast setting for the monitor. And I'm like, why? Can't that be, like, calibrated at the factory? I mean, I can at least get a brightness if you're dealing with an environment where you just need to turn up the brightness of the monitor, but why contrast as well? But I suppose also one of the niceties that we have these days is the fact that you can control all that from within your operating system these days. Oh, what's that? Photon drop. Yeah, that's not really gonna do much for me. At least not right now. Alright, let's feed that mag again. Now, that wasn't a real precarious situation or anything like that. Having a little lily chomping at my behind. That's not the right item. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. Facebook, I really don't need people knowing, you know, who I am at that kind of level of detail. In the case of Twitter, the idea of just, I don't know, short messages like that, just, if anything, it just annoyed me that you just really did not have that much space to get across your point. I mean, they've improved that somewhat now, since they doubled the size. And I guess there are ways to, like, notate when there's going to be more than one tweet to something. But I mean, how were you supposed to know how many tweets you would need, as you were just starting to type your message out? That's not the right button. Oh well, at least I didn't take damage from the trap there. But I guess, if anything, what I will say is that even, like, web browsers these days, it's like everything is just trying to invade your privacy or just get in your way. I mean, I've been using an ad blocker since the early 2000s. And starting around 7 or 8 years ago, I also added in something that blocks JavaScript unless I actually allow it to run. and that's through an add-on in Firefox called NoScript. And whenever I go to a new site, that's the first thing that I keep in mind, because if something doesn't seem to be working right about a site, then I enable JavaScript just for the site itself, and not anything that's attached to the site. And the reason for that is because typically anything attached to the site and not directly on the site is going to be like advertising and such like that. I mean, or it's going to be something that's, you know, like Twitter, or something that's going to just try to grab information. I mean, why deal with that when through a combination of ad blocking and things like that, you can actually have a fairly clean web page to look at. I haven't heard of Brave before, Rooks. I might have to check it out. Oh, that's gonna be hard to get through. Let's go ahead and see if we can confuse some of them. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of the same with NoScript, in that it assumes that any site that you don't have set already, it will intentionally block things. Yeah, I'm like, why even let the icons for those show up in the first place? So, if something is just annoying me about a web page, but I still find the page itself useful, that's when I'll start to see what I can do to get rid of things. I mean, with a site like YouTube, it's kind of different, because you do still have advertisements that are going to play on the videos and everything. And of course, a lot of content these days has what's called sponsored content, which is baked directly into the video, but there are even ways around that these days. There is something that I use, which basically, it's run by the community that uses the add-on, but it essentially, if you're watching a popular video that does that kind of thing, what you'll usually find is within the first hour or so, because the video is pretty popular already, somebody will have already gone through the video and will have marked where those sponsored ads are, and basically the add-on will then skip through those. And so that's kind of useful if you're like using a if you're trying to watch a video, but like the first 2 or 3 minutes are just filled with stuff that that's just there for the sale or for the sake of profit. And I get it why they do that. But it's, for me, I've always had an issue with advertising, and really, it's if I didn't have an add-on like that, then I'd be using the right arrow to skip through the video instead. Alright, there's the pillar again. We're on the right track. Feed that mag. Yeah, in Blue Burst, you do need to complete the government quests. They basically give you access. They essentially function as the switch to push the pillar, essentially. If you were to just try to complete one of the areas, it wouldn't work like it does on the GameCube or on the Dreamcast or the Xbox. In this particular case, I'm trying to get myself into the mines. And once I've done that, then I'll be able to start up the Sioux subplot. And the reason you want to get that all going is because in Episode 2, that then opens the way to having several items come your way, including the Ragol Ring, which is a reward for completing the Seat of the Heart quest line. If anything, I would say Blue Burst is an expansion of the lore, but it's not necessarily necessary to have gone through Blue Burst to get, like, the full story of Phantasy Star Online. I mean, granted, you still needed it for Episode 4 because that was the only medium that Episode 4 was in. But if we were comparing GameCube and Xbox to Blue Burst, there really isn't that much that was, like, brand new or that was revealed by in the story here. If anything, it kind of told more the trials and tribulations that the government went through in terms of trying to figure out exactly what was going on. And once I do get the mines open, I mean, that's basically when we're going to jump over to Episode 2 at that point, because I did already complete Episode 1 once before on normal mode. I just wanted to make sure that I was appropriately leveled before we started to go into there, as well as started to get on the path to getting everything set up for Seat of the Heart. Alright, we should start getting close here to where Caves 3 is. Fairly soon, I would say. I don't know about that. I would say, if anything, that's something that they did actually improve in the later editions of the game. Was actually the spawning rate. Because I don't think there were many opportunities where they could basically spawn multiple different groups at the same time in the original release. That might have been a limitation of the engine back then. Or at least I don't think there was, but this is going back many years now, of course. Pop a photon blast. Nice, level 40. No, I would say, if anything, based on what we know, the traps were probably set by different groups like Works, who were trying to keep things under wraps for everything that was going on Regol. That and like Black Paper and other groups like that. feed that mag. At this point, I'm hoping to make it to the end of this before I run out of mates to feed the mag, and then just restock once we get to Dirole. At this point, I am going to start using that Dark Palace to see if I can take out the Pan Arms before they split apart, because that they technically count as a different enemy than the Migium and Hydoom do. Not ready yet on the mag. Okay. Alright, we should be starting to get pretty close here. I want to say maybe another 3 to 4 rooms, but I'm not 100% certain about that. Take these sharks out at range. Nice shot. There we go, took one of them out. Alright, it looks like this dead-ended here. So let's make our way back then. Yep, they basically just collapse together. But the only way to really do it at this level is to get lucky on one of the instant kill weapons, basically. One of the advantages of being a cast, you can see where all the traps are. I think that mag is ready again. Now, one of the reasons, or one of the things you might be asking is, why is it that sometimes I'm only using normal attacks instead of going after the hard attacks? And that has to do with how the attacks will actually push an enemy back if you attack them with a hard attack. And just using a normal attack instead will keep the enemy in place. So if I'm trying to attack something at long range, by just using the normal attack, they won't fall outside of my range. And that's really useful if the enemy effectively doesn't see me, even though I'm attacking it. Hey, we made it! Alright, let's make our way back up to Pioneer 2, let's restock. That heals us back up to full. And now let's hit the store and see what we can get here. Let's see if we can also equip anything else from the bank as well. Still working on that dragon frame, need 3 more levels. Alright, I believe we are ready to go. Let me just deposit some stuff in the bank. Let's do it. And just in case there are any issues, I'll go ahead and drop another telepipe. Alright, here we go. Got its faceplate. Okay, that's not too much damage there. Alright, it's about to beach itself again. Okay, that's a good bit of damage there. Alright, it's about to go dark in here. Oh, I totally agree with you there, Brooks. He has been, quite the character through the years. And down goes Dirole. That's probably just a star atomizer over there. No, it's actually only a monofluid. Yikes. Well, that's a shame. We really didn't get anything from this. Alright, back up to Pioneer 2. Let's feed the mag. Aboleth. Not sure I get the reference. I heard about the animals you've seen from the scientists at our lab. It seems that our initial perception of Regol was wrong. Based on recent data, Regol isn't the paradise Pioneer 1 said it was. We still don't know the cause of the explosion. And we haven't heard anything from the people on Pioneer 1. Right, please, continue investigating. As thanks for helping out our investigation, please accept this reward. Speak to Irene, she'll give it to you. I'll keep you in mind for future jobs as well. I look forward to seeing you put your skills into action. Alright, Irene. Great work as always. Here, let me give you this reward item. I hope that you're able to make good use of it. A repeater +9. Yeah, that's not really something that I'm actually going to be able to make much use of here, unfortunately. Alright, let's go ahead and finish this up. Alright, and so with that, we have opened up the mines. Now, I do want to check something real quick here. Actually, no, it's back in the Hunter's Guild, actually. Gotcha, Brooks. Let me take a quick look here. Oh, I'm in the wrong instance. I need this on solo mode, actually. Let's see. Hard and... Oh yeah, I kind of do see the resemblance there, definitely. Alright, there we go, Dr. Asta's research. That's the quest that we needed to get opened up. So, with that, there's one more thing that I want to do here tonight then. We're gonna head back out to the lobby. We're gonna create a party, and this is gonna be the first time we're actually setting foot inside of Episode 2. Now, I want to set this to one person. I don't think there's gonna be anything over here, but let me double check, because it has been a while. Yeah, so there's Seat of the Heart. And this is what the new lab area looks like inside of Episode 2, if you've never seen this before. There's basically a brand new way of, or a brand new place, completely separate from the principal office, here in Episode 2. Go ahead and restock here real quick, and then I'm gonna have to start this up again on, once we're done. Yeah, that's actually weaker than what I've got. Saucer is... can't use that right now. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna have to exit the area here and come back in one more time. Alright, episode 2. And set the difficulty to hard. Alright, so that is going to open up access to the episode 2 government quests. So over here, how do you do? I'm Noel. Yeah. So players that got Nolled back in the day, they were pissed when they saw that Noel then became the lab government quests giver here. So, yeah. So, lab 5-1 test VR Temple 1. So we're gonna do one of these here before we close out here today. Ranger Bright, thank you for coming. I am Natasha Milrose, General Chief of Pioneer 2 Research Facilities. This is your first time in the lab, right? This is the center of all Pioneer 2 research facilities. We simply call it the lab. The incident on Regol, the mysterious underground ruins, and ferocious life forms. I am sure you, as a hunter, have experienced them all. Here, we conduct research based on data collected by hunters. Then we report our findings to the administration. What we would like to discuss with you today is not a direct order from the administration. You can think of it as a mission request from the lab to all available hunters. I will explain briefly. We discovered a new point on Regol's surface from our own research. It all started with a communication we recently received from a man. This man was a high-ranking official from Pioneer 1. But here is something that really bothers me. Based on the log we received while we were traveling, this man had passed away a few years ago on the surface of Regol. So we want to find out what happened to him. But this mission involves a high amount of risk. And this mission must remain a secret. In order for us to measure your ability as a hunter, you will have to go through a series of exams. An aide will assist you with further details about the hunter's exam. I look forward to seeing your great results. I will explain further about the hunter's exam. The exam will take place in a virtual reality system in the lab. There are 2 VR fields for the hunter's exam: Temple and Spaceship. These 2 VR fields are divided up into 3 areas: Alpha, Beta, and the final area. Once you finish Alpha, Beta, and Final, you will have cleared the temple. You cannot clear all the areas at once. Please understand that we have a designated series of tests to conduct. You may come back to the lab before completing the field if you want, but we recommend that you complete the exam as quickly as possible, so don't waste too much time. Here are the details for the first exam. The test takes place in the VR field Temple Alpha. Following your operator's directions, battle the hostile creatures within, and eliminate them as you head for the goal to clear the VR field. Previous investigations show that the surface of Regol is rife with dangerous wildlife, and we've confirmed that. For the lab, we have one real goal. It is to determine if you are truly capable of carrying out our tasks. And believe us, if you qualify, you'll get a real challenge. To get to the VR field, go down the slope, turn left, and you will see a blue gate in the back. Go through the gate and you'll see a teleporter. Good luck. Alrighty. And now, I do want to speak to, this person over here real quick. Research on machines, DNA, and photons are being performed here. Yes, I know. I wish the researchers would get along, better with one another. I'm hoping that eventually we're going to see more people down here that are going to explain more about what's going on. Like we had the 2 scientists in episode 1. There's a teleporter to the surface here. You may not use this until the chief gives her permission, so stay away. And as we can see, that door is closed up. Hello. What's behind the gate is the lab's latest VR system. The administration and the military have no knowledge about this. The examination will start the moment you're transported to the VR field through the teleporter, so be careful. Alright, now is the mag ready? Yes, it is. So before we make our way down, we'll make one last quick trip to the shop, and then we'll be on our way. Back up to the lab we go! And let's hit the VR Temple Alpha area. VR Test Field transmission from Temple Area Alpha. Accessing Ranger Bright. Ahem. Hello, can you hear me? How do you do, Bright? This is the lab. Welcome to the VR field. I'm your support operator, Ellie Person. Nice to meet you. What's in front of you is our latest portable communication terminal. I call him Cal. What do you think? Cool, huh? The design? Nice lines, eh? Sexy? You can access the terminals you find around the VR field. You'll get support from us there, and receive field information. When you see a terminal, go ahead and access it. But during battle, you probably won't be able to access them. You should be able to access one if the green light is lit. Oh yeah, and the Hunter's exam will test your ability as a hunter. Don't stress too much, though. It's just practice training. Keep in mind that in VR space, everything works the same as in reality, so don't slack off. Oh, sorry. Yes. I said I'm sorry. I'll be more careful in the future. Who do they think they are? Oh, they told me not to open my mouth unless it was necessary. Haha. That's the life of a rookie. Anyway, be careful. It's not Ragol, you know. Good luck. Indeed, this is not Ragol. If anything, though, this area actually does look kind of similar. Looking forward, actually, kind of like, well, Paul, if I had to say anything. I mean, sure, there's land over there. I don't know, maybe it's just where they got some of the ideas for a place like this from. Anyway. We want to watch out for the crushers over here. And here we go! And so as you can tell, one of the reasons I wanted to wait as long as I did to get into Episode 2 is just the fact that basically the enemies that we're fighting right now are essentially equivalent strength to what we find in the caves for Episode 1. Maybe a little bit stronger than that, actually. But one of the unique things about Episode 2, compared to Episode 1, is the fact that you can have different enemy types compared to in Episode 1, where if you were in an area, you knew exactly what you were going to face. So, for example, in Episode 1, the ruins had all of the dark enemies, The mines had all the machines, caves all the altered beasts, and of course in the forest all the natives. But here you've got a variety of them, all at the same time. I don't think there necessarily was. I think it was just, they were just known as, Dark Attribute enemies back then. Ah, thank you for the heal there, Mag. Obviously, there are a lot of traps in the area here. I think we got some rappies over here. Yep. So as we can see, this room is already getting pretty busy here. So I expect I'm probably still going to have to make a few trips up to the lab to restock at points here. Yeah, that's a thing that Rappies like to do. Alright, now that we're up here, we can just hit everything at a distance. Hey, Fantasy Starved, how you doing today? And thank you for the 50 bits there, Fantasy Starved. And don't worry about that. I understand we're all trying to make things work right now here. Although I think technically we don't technically get ad revenue until we make partner, I think, unless I misremembered that. Oh, I didn't even know that that was a thing. VR test field transmission from Temple Area Alpha? Accessing Ranger Bright? Bright, this is the lab. Hi, it's Ellie. How's it going? Oh, I forgot to mention something before. You know the creatures in the VR field? We're using creature data that's being collected by hunters on Ragol. but it's been adjusted to match the danger level we expect. For the research mission at the new point, and there's one more big difference. The ecosystem. Hey, this is important. Even creatures that live in totally different areas on Regol can interact and create whole new ecosystems in the VR field. Sorry, you didn't hear that from me. I hope they didn't hear me. Oh, what the heck? Bryce, do you know what this means? It's something I'll have to take a look into then, Phantasy Star. I wasn't even aware of that. Gotcha. Yeah, I know there's like channel points or something like that, but I didn't think that those were bits. Got it. Okay, I will keep in mind to take a look for that then. Could I maybe get out of here, please? I guess not. I'll be returning to the lab sooner than I thought, at this rate. Oh, and congrats on getting the sub earlier there. Let's feed that mag. No problem. I think what you said as an example was a pretty good idea. I believe there's a teleporter somewhere along the ways, Rooks. That's headed in the wrong direction. Maybe I'll still get something, though. Not really, unfortunately. Okay, that's actually good news then. Thank you for letting me know. Your test field transmission from Temple Area Alpha. Accessing Ranger Bright. Bright, this is the lab. Hi, this is Ellie. How's everything going? Maybe you've noticed already, but part of the VR field really seems like a maze. I guess it just shows the true personality of the original architect. Sorry, I'm talking too much again. Before you get lost in the maze, I highly recommend you check your position with the area map. Good luck. Alright, before we proceed here, I believe this gate in particular is going to close behind us. Yep, that's the beeping, so we're actually going to make our way back up to the lab first here. Did you just get done with a day full of playing PSO? Don't worry. This game has that habit of doing that to all of us, I think. Well, that would have been a nice 4-slot earlier. Alright, let's make our way back down. Unfortunately, I can't take care of the traps first. Oh, nice. Nothing spawned yet. Here we go. I was trying to get that mate off, but I didn't in time, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, we were starting to get towards the end of the area, I think, here. With that one. That's right, there was something I opened up over here, but I don't think I actually finished checking it. Yeah, here was the path to get up here. Alright, here we go. Yeah, it was just a grass assassin that was left that took me out. Alright, this looks like the last area here then. Nice, level 41. That'll help a little bit with the confusion. That they are, for certain. All target area enemies destroyed. Find the goal and access the terminal. Alright. VR test field connecting to VR Temple Alpha. Access Ranger Bright. Transmitting test record. Enemies eradicated, areas secured, both confirmed. Hello, Bright, this is Lab. Ellie speaking. I've confirmed your exam results, Bright. Looks like you've cleared the mission for the first test. We'll be disconnecting VR Link temporarily, so please head back now. Alrighty. So we have made it back to the lab. How'd you find the test, Ranger Bright? Your results have been recorded and checked. You've passed, but now we'd like you to take the next test as well. Take what time you need in order to get ready. I'll be waiting. Alright. Alright. And so with that, I would say that was actually a pretty full day for myself here. We started with Phantasy Star Online 2, got all prepared for the launch of the toy class next week, and in addition to that, we came here over into Phantasy Star Online Blueburst, and we took on finishing up the government quest for the caves on hard mode, which then led us into the first of the exams for the VR temple area here in episode 2. And so with that pretty much leaves the rest of the tests still to go. But we've got quite a while to go before really anything opens up in terms of episode 2. Eventually we are going to get into that spaceship area, and after that then leads us down to Galdeval Island. And so with that, I'm going to be closing things off here for today. If you've enjoyed today's content, please make sure to hit that follow button so that you're able to know whenever I do go live again. I will also note that with some of the new content that launched with Final Fantasy XIV earlier this week in terms of the Blue Mage, I will probably be streaming again, if not tomorrow, then sometime this upcoming week to cover that content. And yeah, thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. I'll catch you next time.